There's a ring you wear without thinking. Maybe it's part of your daily routine, something you slip on like a second skin. It looks beautiful, it holds a memory. Or maybe someone once told you rings attract luck, love, or even prosperity. But what if that little circle of metal, resting so quietly on your hand, is actually disrupting something deeper? No, it sounds odd. Rings are harmless, right? And for most people they are. But in certain cases, especially for specific zodiac signs, wearing the wrong kind of ring, wrong color, wrong material, or even on the wrong finger can act like a silent drain. Not just on your money, but on your mental clarity, your sense of energy, even your inner peace. You see, in many traditions, our hands aren't just for doing. They're for channeling. Energy flows through each finger like small rivers, and every piece of jewelry you wear becomes a checkpoint. The right ring. It amplifies your confidence, sharpens your instincts, and lets wealth stick around longer than usual. But the wrong one, it quietly redirects that flow away from you. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness, because what you wear on your hand is never just decoration, it's an energetic signal. One that can either match your natural rhythm or throw it completely off. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through the zodiac signs that need to be especially mindful when it comes to rings. Not to tell you what to fear, but to help you notice what you may have missed. Because sometimes, the reason you feel off isn't in your head. It might be right there on your finger. Part 1. Look at your hand, not the ring. You look at your hand and see a ring. Maybe it's silver, maybe gold. Maybe it's a simple band you've worn for years, or a stone that sparkles just right when sunlight hits it. Maybe it was a gift, or something you bought for yourself on a good day, a small celebration wrapped in metal. You don't think much about it anymore. It's just there, like your watch, like your keys. But what if that ring, yes, that quiet, loyal thing sitting on your hand, has been whispering into the flow of your life all this time? Not in words, of course. In energy. I want you to try something different today. Don't look at the ring. Look at your hand. Your bare, open hand. Think about everything it's done: held children, written checks, prepared meals, comforted someone you love, opened doors, paid bills, worked overtime, lifted heavy boxes, held steering wheels, held memories. That hand carries your life, and it carries your energy. Not just metaphorically, but in a way that shows up in the way you feel when you walk into a room, when you speak up, when you sit still with your own thoughts. Now imagine if every time you slipped on that ring, you weren't just accessorizing. You were adjusting the direction of that energy. Like nudging a compass, like re-aiming an arrow without knowing it. Because here's what most people never think about: every finger is a gateway. In certain traditions, they say energy doesn't just sit inside us, it moves, it flows. Through hands, through fingers, through space, and jewelry, especially rings, sits right on top of that movement. Like a gatekeeper. When that ring suits your rhythm, your personal wiring, your birth energy, your natural momentum, it can help. It can ground you when you feel scattered. It can give you a little lift when you feel stuck. It can soften your nerves in conversations. It can even help your decisions feel clearer, sharper. But when the ring doesn't match, when it's too heavy, too sharp, too fiery for who you are, it can block. Not just wealth, but clarity, vitality, focus. And you don't feel it all at once. That's the hardest part. It's slow, quiet, easy to miss. A sense of tiredness that isn't fixed by sleep. Bills piling up for no clear reason. A fog you can't name. You start saying things like, "I just don't feel like myself anymore," or "It's like money comes in and goes right out." You chalk it up to stress, to age, to coincidence. But sometimes it's not coincidence. Sometimes it's the small things. A ring that rubs against your energy instead of flowing with it. A metal that drains instead of grounding. A shape that cuts instead of softens. We rarely connect something so beautiful with struggle. That's why we miss it. This isn't about fear. I don't believe in scaring people out of their joy. This is about observation. It's about becoming more present to what your body, your energy, your own rhythms are trying to tell you. In my practice, I've met people who wore rings that felt off, but never thought twice, until they took them off during a vacation and suddenly felt lighter, more creative, until they replaced a thick, dark band with a smooth, pale stone and, strangely, noticed fewer arguments at home. Until they wore nothing for a week and realized how much pressure they'd been holding in one finger. It's not magic, it's not instant, but it is real. And it's personal. Not all rings are wrong. In fact, some can become the most beautiful amplifiers of your natural power, but the match matters. Your zodiac sign, your elemental energy, even your life phase, all of these shift how a ring interacts with you. Some people need grounding, thicker, darker rings. Some need lightness, thin bands, soft curves, sky-colored stones. Some signs hold fire and need cooling. Others need warmth to rise. And each finger adds a different shade of meaning: the thumb for willpower, the index for direction, the middle for balance, the ring finger for emotion, the pinky for subtle communication and intuition. So instead of asking, "Does this ring look good?" start asking, "Does this ring feel right?" Sit with that question. Not as a rule, not as a theory, but as an invitation. What happens in your body when you wear that ring for hours? What shifts when you don't? Does your mood change? Does your energy dip or rise? Does your money stay or scatter? I'm not here to make you suspicious of your jewelry box. I'm here to help you listen more closely to yourself. Because you are not separate from your surroundings. Not from your clothes. Not from your space. And definitely not from what you choose to wear directly over your energy gates. Especially on the hand that gives and receives all day long. So today, before we go deeper into which zodiac signs need to be cautious, just pause and consider this: energy flows where permission is given. And sometimes, that permission is wrapped in silver, or gold, or a stone you didn't realize was too sharp for your softness. Look at your hand, not the ring. Ask it what it needs. Ask it how it feels. Because even the quietest things, especially the quietest things, can shape everything. Part 2. These zodiac signs need to be careful. Number 1. The too much fire signs. Beauty that burns. Some people shine so naturally, they don't need to reach for the spotlight, but they still do. They're drawn to color, to intensity, to warmth. Their taste leans bold. Their presence walks into a room before they speak. They are magnetic, solid, intentional. And if you're born under the sign of the ox, this might sound familiar. You don't need attention, you earn it, quietly, steadily, through loyalty, grit, and a kind of patience that most people don't understand. But even the most grounded soul can be thrown off balance, not by something loud, but by something small. Like a ring dot. If you're an ox, you carry earth energy. It's your core. That means stability, deep roots, responsibility, and an inner engine that keeps moving even when no one else is watching. But earth, for all its strength, has a weakness: heat. Too much heat, and the soil begins to crack. Too much fire, and what once held life begins to break apart. That's the quiet danger for fire-sensitive signs like yours. Not the obvious chaos, not the big dramatic mistake, but the subtle burn that slowly dries you out. Let's talk about what that looks like. You love elegant things: rings that glimmer, stones that glow, maybe a ruby that catches the light just right. It's not vanity, it's taste. There's something about fire-colored stones, deep red garnets, vibrant rose quartz, even coral or topaz that feels alive. But here's the catch: in energy terms, these stones carry fire. Passion, momentum, heat. And when fire touches dry earth, your earth, it doesn't nourish. It scorches. Slowly, unintentionally, beautifully. You don't see it at first. No one ever does. You may find yourself making bold purchases without thinking, saying yes too quickly. Or you save and save, only to face sudden car repairs, bills you didn't expect, medical costs that come in waves. You might wonder, I'm working harder than ever, why does the money still feel like it slips through my hands? You may even notice you're more impatient, a little more reactive, a little less centered. You don't finish what you start. Or worse, you stop trusting what once felt certain inside you. And the worst part, you won't blame the ring, you'll blame yourself. That's what earth signs do. You internalize, you double down, you work harder. But sometimes, it's not you. It's the subtle overload of fire pushing you off center, drying out your roots, scattering your wealth before it even lands. So what can you do? First, don't abandon beauty. That's not what this is about. This is about balance. Your energy needs to be supported, not overwhelmed. If you're going to wear rings, and let's be honest, you're someone who appreciates quality, you need to wear ones that feed your core. Look for green stones. Soft, cool greens like emerald, peridot, jade, or green quartz. In energy tradition, green is wood, and wood supports earth. It nourishes the soil rather than burning it. These rings won't just look good, they'll feel good. You'll find yourself breathing easier, feeling clearer, thinking more patiently, not overnight, but gradually, like rain after a long dry season. Second, be mindful of placement. The middle finger, yes, the very center is where your earth energy is most aligned. It's the anchor. Wearing a supportive ring here strengthens your natural flow, your decision-making, your ability to hold money rather than chase it. Think of it like a tuning fork, keeping your vibration steady amid the noise of daily life. There's another layer here too: emotion. You are often the emotional backbone of your family, the one people lean on. You don't collapse, but that doesn't mean you're not tired. When your energy gets out of balance, you don't erupt. You slowly shrink inward. You doubt. You disconnect. And sometimes, you lose that sense of grounded confidence that used to feel so natural. That's why the correction isn't just financial, it's emotional. Wearing the right ring isn't about superstition. It's about support. Now let's acknowledge something practical: no ring will fix your entire life. This isn't a miracle claim. This is a mirror. A quiet way of checking in with your energy field. Because everything we wear carries frequency. And over time, that frequency either lifts us or drains us. If you've been feeling less like yourself lately, less stable, less clear, don't push it away. Ask the question. Does the ring I wear honor my pace, my nature, my balance? Or is it feeding a fire I don't actually need? Because you, dear ox, don't need more spark. You are the spark. You need space to breathe, to root, to grow at your pace. And when your environment, your jewelry included, reflects that, everything changes. The money that used to disappear slowly begins to stay. The noise in your head begins to soften. You start finishing things again, sleeping deeper, holding your ground not with tension, but with ease. And if someone tells you you're overthinking this, smile gently. Let them keep their fire. You'll keep your foundation. Because sometimes, the difference between depletion and flow is not a job, not a partner, not a dramatic life change. Sometimes it's as small and as sacred as a ring. Number 2. The energy interrupted signs, cutting flow unknowingly. Some people don't need to speak loudly to be heard. Their presence is a quiet hum in the room, graceful, observant, attuned. They often see things before others do, feel tension before it's spoken, sense when something is off, even when no one says a word. If this sounds familiar, you may carry the energy of the snake. Sharp but gentle. Fire, but the kind that glows like candlelight, not wildfire. The kind of person who doesn't just move through life, they feel their way through it. But even the most intuitive spirit can lose signal, not through noise, but through interruption. Let's begin here. Intuition is not a gift. It's a system. One that requires openness, space, subtlety, and most of all, flow. When that flow gets disrupted, even slightly, the effects are immediate, but not always obvious. You don't feel broken. You just feel blocked. You second-guess things you used to know. You hesitate when you normally act. You feel dull in moments you used to feel alive. And when you look for a reason, it's not there. No trauma, no crisis. Just this low, invisible hum of uncertainty. For those born under the snake sign, this is the trap. You are built to sense, to adapt, to bend around obstacles. But when your energy flow is quietly interrupted, it feels like being a violin with one string just slightly out of tune. You still play, but something's missing. Something delicate, something vital, something only you can feel. And here's where the ring comes in. People like you often choose rings with intention. You don't wear flashy, you wear meaningful. But in the world of subtle energy, meaning is not just symbolic, it's structural. Sharp edges, square cuts, rigid angles, they carry interruption. Their energy doesn't move. It halts, it corners. It creates stops in places that need to stay open. So while a triangle ring might look modern and bold, it can also act like a kink in your hose. The water's still running, but the pressure's gone. This might show up in small ways at first. You have an idea but can't finish it. You get inspired but then start doubting. You plan something but suddenly feel too tired to follow through. You feel more forgetful, more withdrawn. The spark that once moved you forward now flickers in place. And maybe the most painful part, you stop trusting yourself. Not because you're broken, but because your flow has been cut. And I want you to hear this clearly: the world needs your softness. It needs your instinct. But instinct isn't loud, it's a whisper. And whispers don't fight through static, they fade. That's why flow matters so much for someone like you. Without it, you still function, but you stop feeling like yourself. The good news is, this isn't hard to fix. Start with shape. Let go of the hard edges, let go of the armor. Choose rings with curves, round bands, oval stones, wave-like patterns. These aren't just aesthetic choices, they are movement. They are continuity. They let your energy complete its circuit. That's what you need. A ring that bends with you, not one that boxes you in. Next, look at materials. Light gold, soft silver, polished, not matte, nothing too rough or overly decorative. Your energy likes elegance but not chaos. Warm tones, light textures, and stones with inner glow rather than surface shine. Think of soft amber, pale orange, gentle purples. The energy here isn't about standing out, it's about staying centered. And finally, placement. For you, the ring finger or the index finger works best. The ring finger supports emotional rhythm. The index finger supports clarity in action. Both are vital for someone whose energy works like a river, not a machine. You don't push, you glide. So give yourself permission to wear pieces that honor that. Let's also talk about something deeper: self-trust. When your energy gets interrupted, it doesn't just affect decisions. It affects identity. You start shrinking from your own wisdom. You begin asking others what you used to ask yourself. And when you stop hearing your own intuition clearly, life gets harder, not because the world is more complicated, but because you've lost your compass. That's why even something as small as a ring matters. It's not superstition, it's circuitry. I've met people who lived years in that quiet fog, who thought they had lost their edge, who tried therapy, diet, meditation, all valuable, but missed the one simple block right on their hand. And when they removed it or replaced it, they cried. Not because the ring was evil, but because they realized they hadn't lost themselves after all. They had just been interrupted. So I'm inviting you to try something gentle. Remove the ring you wear for 3 days. Just 3. Then try one with curves. One that feels soft to the touch, even if it's made of metal. See how you sleep. See how you speak. Watch how your thoughts shift. Not because you believe in magic, but because you're learning to notice your own rhythm again. You don't need fixing. You need flow. You don't need louder answers. You need a quieter space where your answers can rise again. And sometimes, that space begins with something as small as a circle that doesn't interrupt. A shape that returns to itself. A ring that doesn't cut off but completes. Because intuition isn't something you summon, it's something that comes when you're open. And you, dear snake, were made to move in curves, not corners. Number 3. The can't hold it signs, leaking wealth. There's a moment that comes at the end of the month. You've been careful. You've said no to things you used to say yes to. You've tracked your expenses, skipped the extras, followed the rules. And still you look at your account and wonder, where did it all go? The numbers don't add up, but the stress does. And what's worse is the pattern. It keeps happening. Month after month, opportunity comes but nothing sticks. Wealth arrives but slips through, like trying to hold water in your hands. If this sounds familiar, you might be carrying the energy of the pig. And if you do, the problem may not be how much you're earning, it may be how your energy is trying, and quietly failing, to hold it. Let's be honest, some signs attract abundance naturally. They don't chase. They receive. They open space for things to arrive. You, dear pig, are one of them. Your energy is open, generous, full of softness. People trust you. You draw in luck almost without trying. But here's what no one tells you: luck without a container is like rain on a cracked roof. It sounds good, it feels refreshing, but it doesn't last. And when it disappears, you're left feeling confused and even guilty. As if having good fortune and still struggling makes it your fault. It doesn't. It just means something is leaking, and often, the leak is not where you think. The rings you wear may be part of that leak. You're someone who gravitates toward delicacy. Slim bands, minimalist beauty, things that feel light on the hand and easy on the eyes. You may think it's elegant, it's clean, it suits me. And yes, it does on the surface, but energetically, it may not. In many energy traditions, the function of an object matters as much as its appearance. When it comes to holding wealth, the symbol matters. Thin, airy rings may reflect your style, but they lack substance. They vibrate with a kind of fragility, visually stunning, emotionally light, but energetically porous. They don't ground, they don't hold, they shimmer and vanish. This isn't about blaming jewelry. This is about recognizing how subtle frequency affects outcome. If your ring is too soft, too light, too hollow, it may be quietly echoing that same message through your energy field: I can receive, but I cannot retain. And your finances follow. It might show up as missed opportunities, or income that increases but expenses always rise to match, or unexpected bills that seem to arrive right after moments of financial success. You earn, but your savings don't grow. You move forward but never feel ahead. You give and give generously but rarely feel the same energy return to you in full. And the most haunting part is the story you start to believe. Maybe I just wasn't meant to have money. So here's the invitation. Begin choosing rings with weight, not heavy in discomfort but steady in presence. Look for rounded, thicker designs, smooth curves, nothing too sharp, nothing too airy. Stones like citrine, honey-colored topaz, and yellow quartz carry frequencies of accumulation, warmth, and energetic containment. They're not loud, they're not showy, but they stay, and what stays grows. Color matters too. Deep golds, rich earth tones, metallic warmth. These are colors of stability, of harvest, of stored energy, not scattered light. And shape goes circular, always. Circles hold, they support, they complete. Choose rings that feel like anchors, not accessories. One more layer: finger placement. For you, the middle finger is a power point. It holds the earth axis, the center line of personal responsibility and long-term steadiness. When you wear a grounding ring on this finger, you're sending a signal: this is where I hold things. It's subtle, but your body understands. Your energy field listens. The world begins to respond. This is not about superstition. It's about feedback. Everything we wear speaks. It tells a story to the space around us, to the people around us, to our own nervous systems. And when your story says, I am soft, I am light, I am always open, but never says I hold, I root, I keep, you get flow, but no retention. You get joy, but no sustainability. You live well, but wonder why it always feels like starting over. There's nothing wrong with loving beauty. You don't need to change your taste, you need to evolve it towards support. Choose pieces that are not just you, but that build a stronger version of you, that help you keep the blessings already trying to reach you. You might be surprised how quickly things begin to shift. That raise you've been hoping for suddenly feels easier to ask for. That unexpected expense, covered before it causes stress. That sense of scarcity begins to lift, not because you've earned more, but because more of what you've earned begins to stay. So the next time you pick up a ring, ask, does this feel like it belongs with me, or does it feel like something that slips away? Trust that first answer. And if you're unsure, wait. Try something heavier. Try something rounder. Try something that makes your body feel solid, not just your hand feel dressed. Because you were never meant to leak wealth. You were meant to receive it, hold it, and thrive with it. Number 4. The must-move signs, rings that slow you down. Some people are born with stillness in their bones, but others they were made to move. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. They feel most alive when they're chasing something that hasn't yet formed. An idea, a dream, a road with no map. If you've always felt like life calls you forward, like you're not meant to stay in one place too long, you may carry the energy of the horse or the dragon. These signs were never built for pause. They're wired for progress. But even momentum has a weakness. And for signs like yours, the danger isn't losing everything. It's being quietly slowed down by things that seem too small to matter. Like a ring. Let's start with truth. When your energy is aligned, things happen quickly. Ideas spark, decisions land, money moves. Projects lift off. You move through life like a strong breeze, clearing space, building things as you go. You don't cling. You don't resist change. You live for the edge where possibility meets action. But even a strong breeze can be blocked by something as subtle as a piece of metal around your finger. Here's what I mean. Rings are symbols. In almost every culture, they represent commitment, continuity, attachment. But commitment for someone like you must be fluid, not fixed. You're not afraid of loyalty. You're afraid of being stuck, of feeling caged, of being tied to something that slows your rhythm. That's why even a beautiful ring, if worn too often or at the wrong moment, can begin to act like an anchor. Not in the poetic sense. In the literal, energetic one. You start to feel heavy in decisions. You hesitate before saying yes. You dream about change, but stall at the starting line. You second-guess your instincts. You find yourself tired, not because you've done too much, but because you're holding back without realizing it. The invisible string might just be sitting on your hand, bought for dragons especially. This shows up during transitions. New job, new business, travel plans, creative work. These are moments where energy needs to surge forward, but instead, things delay. Emails get missed. Timelines get fuzzy. You lose steam right when it matters most. The fire is still inside you, but something's dampening the spark. For horses, it's even more physical. You may feel restless but uninspired, fast-moving but without direction. Or like your decisions arrive just a little too late, like you missed the window by seconds. And the cost is subtle but real: missed opportunities, fumbled conversations, a string of almosts that leave you feeling off course. Here's the thing, this isn't about blaming a ring for life's complexities. It's about recognizing how a symbol affects energy. Especially yours. When your entire system is built to move, when your best ideas arrive while walking, driving, Pacing, talking then wearing a fixed, circular object that locks onto your finger can become a quiet contradiction. Your body wants freedom. The ring signals containment. And over time, your momentum starts to dim. What's the solution? Simplicity. First, remove the ring during active phases, especially when you're launching, creating, building, or traveling. These are moments when you need your energy clean and uninterrupted. If the ring holds sentimental value like a wedding band, choose a version that feels symbolic, not heavy. A slim design, minimal texture, nothing that presses too firmly into your skin. Second, consider alternatives that don't trap energy, lightweight bracelets, necklaces that flow, earrings with movement. These accessories support your aura, they move with you, not against you. They remind your body, we're still in motion. They don't anchor, they echo the third color and material. Cool tones are your friends, silver, white gold, light metallic grays, soft blues. These colors help sharpen your focus without making you feel boxed in. Avoid bulky pieces or dark, heavy materials that absorb more than they reflect. You need clarity, not compression. Choose materials that breathe. And if you do want to wear a ring, try your index or ring finger. These channels allow direction and emotional flow without bottlenecking your central line. Avoid the middle finger, especially during moments of movement. That's the energetic axis. Putting a heavy ring there is like tying a knot in a stream. But let's go deeper. The true shift isn't in what you wear. It's in what you allow. You're allowed to change your rituals. You're allowed to say, I'm in a phase of motion, and I'll dress my energy accordingly. You're allowed to remove the symbols of stillness when your soul needs to move. That's not rebellion, that's alignment. You may have been taught that stopping is safer, that stillness is stability. But for you, movement is truth. And when your environment supports that, your jewelry included, everything flows faster, better, with ease. This is where things begin to feel lighter, where decisions get easier, where finances start to reflect your momentum. Because energy doesn't lie, and yours was built for breakthroughs, not barricades. So next time you slip on a ring, pause. Ask, is this helping me move or asking me to stay? There is no wrong answer. But the awareness changes everything. Because a ring is more than metal. It's a message. And when your message is clear, the path ahead stops resisting you. It opens. By now we have traveled through a quiet, invisible map together, one made not of streets or stars, but of energy. Through hands, through metal, through choices so small they almost seem irrelevant. And yet those small choices, what you wear, what you carry, where you place it, can shape how your days unfold. Whether your mind feels clear, whether money stays, whether your inner rhythm hums in harmony or feels just slightly offbeat. A ring is simple, but energy is not. What we've explored isn't about superstition. It's about subtle architecture, the way our bodies respond to weight, to shape, to symbolism. The way each zodiac sign, each unique rhythm has different needs. Some of us must cool the fire, some must repair a leak, some must protect their movement, and some just need to feel like themselves again after drifting a little too far from center. Maybe, as you listened, something clicked. Maybe you saw yourself in the quiet frustration of saving and still falling short, or in the heaviness that made no sense, or the moments where your voice felt dimmer, your path foggier, your timing just off. If that happened, then please know nothing is wrong with you. You're not broken. You're simply realigning. Energy doesn't speak loudly, but it does speak. And when we listen, really listen, not to the noise, but to the softness under the noise, we begin to make different choices. More conscious, more gentle, more powerful. So the next time you pick up a ring, pause. Ask not just, is it pretty? But, does it serve me? Ask your hand how it feels. Ask your day how it flows. Trust that your body knows what your mind forgets. And remember, you don't need more to feel better. You just need what fits your rhythm. Thank you deeply for walking through this with me. Thank you for listening with curiosity, not judgment. Thank you for honoring your own energy, because that, in itself, is an act of care. May the next piece you wear not only reflect your beauty but hold your peace. Until next time, may your flow be gentle, your wealth be steady, and your spirit never feel interrupted again.